This week we'll go over some GoPro mounting techniques, and me and Erik BS around for like ever, because nothing happened.
I lost my ammunition too. Now I just have to literally throw the mask.
Say hello to my little friend! It's not working! Nah, this ain't over yet, son.
You got max, bro.
That'll blast you in the face. Why is nobody else shooting Tony right now?
Bud, I think you can.
All right, Chris, whenever you're ready. All right. Oh. Oh, I got him on the chest on that one. No, GoPro fell off. Okay, reset it. Oh my god.
So focus right now. It's me behind the counter. Focus right now. What's going on, guys? Erik behind the counter again. Real quick behind the counter episode. First thing is we want to show you guys how to wear your head strap mount, head mount strap, whatever, GoPro mount safely and comfortably. So first, you put it on, or you put your head game on, whatever you're wearing, either head wrap or headband, or you're just hairballing it, whatever. Make sure that your strap, this strap is taut, right? This strap, you don't really have to make this super tight, but it does have to be tight enough to where the camera doesn't do this as you're running. Because all you'll get is just like you going from to your next bunker, it's just gonna be flopping around, right? No matter how much you tighten this, you'll still get this effect going on. Because there's no GoPro in there right now, but if I were to go like this, I guarantee you'd be going. So make sure, yeah, and that's a sound. That's also a real thing, the thing. Make sure that this one is actually tighter than what I have it on Mr. Dummy Foam Head here. So, make sure this is secure, whatever. There's no pressure points. That's why I always wear a headband underneath it, because these things can kind of hurt. Normally what we do is put a beanie on over top of that, just for, you know, extra security, or if you like wearing beanies. It'll, you know, the hard plastic on top, if you get shot on top of the head with your beanie on, it'll still bounce off the top or anything. And then, after this is done, put on your mask, herp derp. And putting on your mask can be, you know, kind of a pain, because you have to put your mask on like this, like this, straight through the top. So you would put your mask through, or put your camera through, and then pull your strap over. Now, this might seem like no-brainer stuff, right? But there's been some threads about how somebody's put their mask on, they have their beanie on, they put their mask on, and they put the GoPro mask or the GoPro head mount on over top of your mask strap. Now, this can be a pain in the butt for when you're coming off the field and you're trying to take off your mask, you forget you have your GoPro on and it'll just fling it off and will fly everywhere. Or if you go diving in the snake or you're playing real hard, sometimes your GoPro mount will actually try to slip off and it'll take your mask with it. So I've heard of that happening, which is why we're doing this portion of the video, because we want you guys to be safe out there. And it might seem like no-brainer stuff to some of you, but to some others, we're all a little slower. You guys have seen this, and I know you guys have asked about this a lot. The GoPro mount, how we did this to the front of the rotor. I'm pretty sure you could probably do this to a Spire because of the tray. In the front of the tray, there's plenty of room underneath here. But this is something that we found to work for our videos. And I know I was kind of vague about it in previous reloads, so we're actually gonna get Russell over here with another camera, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we did. So clearly we've removed everything from the rotor. If you're not sure how to disassemble your rotor, we do have a video on that, so go to our channel, or on the search bar right above where you're watching right now, just go to the rotor review and you can see the disassembly. But we've gotten the whole guts taken out, the core taken out, or the motor taken out. And you'll notice that on the front right here, where the tray will actually tip into, there's 2 screws right here. I've already taken them out, but you want to remove these 2 screws, and underneath it will be this. We've already modded this. Right here, there's like a rectangular piece of plastic that goes up, over, and then back down, right? We took some wire cutters and we just kind of snip, cut off that plastic. And then we took the bottom shell of the rotor and we drilled a hole. Not sure exactly what size it was, but it was for the tripod screw. Basically just big enough to where the screw can actually, kind of thread its way into the hole. So it's super extra mega secure of awesome. And if if the hole's a little bit bigger than the screw, it's fine. Just as soon as it cinches up on the other side, it won't go anywhere. So we got that inside there, right there, like this, right? So now we've got this screw sticking out. What we did is we had some rubber laying around, act as a little grommet. We take our tripod GoPro mount. Ours is metal, made from sumoto, probably in Japan or China, something. Anyway, so you take that on, tighten her up, line her up straight. You might have to loosen it like what I'm about to do in order to get it completely straight with the rotor, like so. See, straight on. And then you just cinch it back down. And the reason why we cut that rectangular piece of plastic off is because when you go to try to put this back on, the screw's in the way, obviously. So cut it out. I mean, you could go up further in the nose if you want to, but you're gonna have to remove this and it just becomes a pain in the butt. Just put it straight in the middle of the 2 posts and it'll be fine. And you don't have to use the same exact hardware. So if you ask us where we got this hardware, I don't know. Jay probably knows where you get these tripod mounts for cameras. Oh, the videographers know that kind of thing. But put these screws back in and reassemble your rotor just like you normally would, and then bam, you've got a GoPro forward-facing mount on your rotor. And like I said before, as you get low on paint or as you're shooting, all you'll hear is nothing but rotor noise and paintball noise and just static. And whoa, that's really close. And stuff. So as you as you use this camera angle, use it to your own liking. You're not going to like the audio in it. It's going to be noisy. So if you are going to run this setup, I'd recommend running 2 GoPros, one for the audio on top of your head, like this Agronaut setup right here, and then have this one on your gun. So you can get your audio and your first-person view from here, and your your multi-ag kill shot owning faces camera and stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Yeah. All right. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar, I had knee surgery on November 1st. It's my third knee surgery, and I know you guys are asking, or I know some of you guys have been asking what happened. Well, just to try to nutshell this down the most I can, or the best I can, so this guy doesn't have to edit out everything. My last year of road racing was in 2010, and I had a really bad crash where I went over the top of the bike. I was flying through the air at 60 miles an hour or so, something like that. And this was road racing, not motocross. So I was flying through the air and I thought I could hit the ground running at 60 miles an hour. As soon as my foot hit the ground, my knee exploded. I tore my ACL and my meniscus in my right knee, and I strained my MCL. Really painful stuff. Finished out the rest of the year racing, got knee surgery, did all my PT and everything, and then I went paintballing, and then even inside my bionic brace, I tore my ACL and my meniscus again. So I went back to the doctor, got another MRI, and he was like, "Oh, what happened?" And I was like, "I have no idea. I must have just slipped and stepped wrong or something." I wasn't telling him that I was playing paintball because I was technically playing or doing physical activities a little bit too soon. So it's my fault, right? So don't push. That's a lesson to you guys. But anyhow, so I go in there. I opt to not get an ACL. I figured I could just, or another ACL replacement. I figured I could just beef up my quad and it'll be fine, right? But he goes in, yeah, if I just take steroids and just go right into my quad, right into my leg, it would be huge. And who needs tendons, right, when you got big ass muscles? And that never happened. I hate working out, I'm too lazy. So he goes in there to go repair the meniscus because my knee was locking up. That's what happens when you tear your meniscus. If you don't know what a meniscus is, go Google it. Anyway, so he went in there to go repair it, and it was so messed up, he was like, "I need to remove this." So he removed 40% of my meniscus on my outside of my right knee, the lateral side. So played all last season, tournament ball scenario, everything like that, with a few minor dislocations. The big dislocation that I had was in Chicago with this guy. We went to the Chicago Open PSP with the Mile High Saints. It was fun. It was just really painful at that last point. 2 points from the, right? Two or three. There's 2 or 3 points before we were done. And after that, they just basically sent me up to the center just to die, just so I can get off the field and go sit down. But anyhow, that's when I realized. That's when my wife and I realized that that we're gonna have to get surgery again. So we planned for the end of the season, November 1st. I had my knee surgery, and you know, I can already tell it's a lot better. It's stable. It just hurts because, you know, surgery is never fun. So the reason why I'm telling you all this is because it was a pretty. I had my first physical therapy appointment on Monday. Yeah, Monday. So early this week, and I forgot my shorts, right? Because when you go in there, you're supposed to like have shorts, or I didn't know that they have shorts there, but you're supposed to bring your shorts, something to like do exercises in. And I had my pants. So I asked Dash, who's obviously quite a bit smaller than me.
Do we have the shorts here?
Yeah, I actually think so. Maybe. You want me to stop it? You want me to keep talking? He's going to grab the shorts. They're there. So, I asked Dash if he had any spare shorts, or I asked the office if anyone had any shorts laying around.
Cromer, this big, Dash, this big.
Yeah. So these are Dash's shorts.
To give you perspective, wait, if I stand up,
like, is this doing anything?
oh yeah! It's like where I wear them is.
Anyway, so
Am I wearing shorts on? Look at that, I'm wearing shorts. So here's my shorts.
Yeah. And your his kneecaps are right here, right? So they're already up here on his quad. They're
On
like
me.
up here on me. So anyway, so I didn't think about it, right? I was like, oh, I gotta go to physical therapy. I didn't think about how short the shorts are. So I go into the changing room, and I even told her, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't know I had to bring my shorts. So I borrowed some. I was like, I was like bragging that I came prepared, right? So I go into the bathroom and I go change, and I'm putting these things on, and they're like boxer briefs, and I'm already wearing boxer briefs, right? So I put these things on, I come out, and I'm like, yeah, he's a lot smaller than me. And I was like, I kind of feel like a rugby player, because, you know, they're going like up your quad, you know, and you got these quads sticking out of them. But the worst part about it is there was no hiding my junk at all. So she's like, all right, now go ahead and have a seat and lie flat on your back. And as all of us guys know, that when you lie on your back and you're wearing, you know, and your legs are together, your junk doesn't have anywhere to fall into. It just kind of goes flat and goes, right? I'm wearing these. Like, you could see everything. You could see the outline of my tip, everything. So
It was like leggings for men.
yeah, I'm laying down, and I've got a like long sleeve anomaly shirt on, and I'm trying to do the whole like laying down and tuck, you know, pull down my shirt, like, oh god, okay. And you know, this is the first time I've ever seen this chick.
Won't be the last.
And also, to put the icing on the cake, her assistant, who is an intern, is standing behind her taking notes, right? So she's looking like up my legs, kind of, right? But you can't really see anything up it, but she's got that angle, you know? So she's sitting there.
That angle.
That angle. She's sitting there with her notepad and, you know, taking notes and whatever, and she's like, okay, now, you know, do straight leg raises, all that stuff, and whatever. And, you know, at this point, I'm like, well, and I would catch her looking at my junk, and she would just be like, oh yeah, so how many degrees of flexion is he getting? Oh, that's nice. Okay, 14-degree flex. Would you say? I'm gonna have my PT appointment, and I'm actually gonna bring my own shorts. Hopefully, it won't be awkward and weird.
Bring own shorts.
My own shorts. Bring your own shorts to PT appointments.
Also Paintball, wasting your time since reload number 1.
Seriously. you talk about this one. I'm talking too much.
No.
You're straight to the point. I'm too winded. End up having for you to cut out me talking about like this.
Yeah, fun fact for you real quick. Those Cromer counter episodes you see that are like, you know, the 7-minute long ones. The uncut ones, yeah, they're like 25 minutes.
I'm horrible.
And the ones that are like 30 minutes long, those are like an hour long.
They're not like an hour.
So we literally have nothing to talk about. So we're going to talk about Battlefield 4.
Russell and I have been playing this.
That's our
Since
steez
release.
lately. Since release, which was awesome. First
And-
day of release, in the tank, shot down a helicopter. He saw it. It was awesome.
Angela, his girlfriend, Jackie, my wife, haven't really been able to talk to us much because we have our headphones and our
I
mics.
can see my phone lighting up next to my desk, and I'm like, I need to check that. And then next thing I know, it's like 4 hours later, it's 1 in the morning.
And someone's like, hey, I need your help. I'm stuck. I got a flat tire. I'm out of gas. My car's on fire. Help me.
But who knows? Maybe this might lead to a future possible game night one of these nights. Who knows? I don't know.
So-
This isn't like one of my hint, it might happen. Like, no, who knows? This might not happen. It might happen.
Here's the downside. If it doesn't happen, this is probably the reason why. It's because it's a new game. It's kind of expensive.
But yeah,
it doesn't run through
50
Steam.
bucks, 60 bucks?
It's this much.
50, 60. It's that amount
It's
of
that
money.
much. So.
Origin, like you said, not Steam.
Yeah, it's not Steam. It's Origin. So some of you guys out there may not like it because it's not Steam. But it's not like the Team Fortress Classics where it was free for you guys to play. So I know a lot of you guys haven't, are thinking about getting the game but can't afford it, or would rather go paintballing that weekend.
And you need a good comp or PC,
You
power,
need a good
machine,
PC.
whatever.
You need a good PC. So those are the reasons, you know, or those what could possibly hinder
Those
that
are the
from happening.
restraints, yeah.
But if we get enough of you guys to, you know, say, hey, I've got a PC, count me in, or I got a good PC and I've got the game, count me in, or hey, my PC can run it and I'm gonna buy it, count me in. If we get enough people at head count, who knows? We might
do it.
We might find an abandoned server with 0 people in it, and
Hijack it.
or we might just rent our own server, and that way we can control y'all heathens.
But until then, if you do own the game, we strictly play hardcore. So set your filters to hardcore and just
Start
join one of the
practicing.
servers that have like at least 40 or more people in them, and we're probably there.
Yeah.
Every night, pretty much.
And you know,
we've actually already met a few paintballers.
yeah, some people actually, you know, it's, you know, when you have a name tag like HK_Army,
Or our tags are H because
Yeah.
it's
So
it's easy to identify.
you see a paintballer,
It's really easy to identify.
and then in the game chat you see.
Play hardcore.
How about?
What's up?
What would you guys?
What?
Are you filming?
I mean, technically, yeah. What's up?
I was gonna prove.
Go for it.
I'm never.
So good.
Knock yourself out.
Thanks, man.
Go poof, man.
All right, I Dash will go poop.
Damn it, Dash.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, so that... You peel orange is really weird.
It's random every time.
That's weird. You don't have a system?
Nope.
Fucking weird.
Peel it.
That's weird.
I at home I have a orange peeler thing, and I think it's like an ice pick, you know. You kind of go blink, you can like stab it and kind of go or pull it around the orange. If you do it right, you can pull it into 2 spheres because it ice picks it. Right. So here it is. Get my ice pick. I don't know what it's called. You know, and it goes. And I can just bend it in 2 pieces, right? And then bend it
You
in 2
got a cutting
pieces.
torch? It's gonna take.
Um,
It's gonna take about 2 seconds to cut through this orange. Buy me some time.
Don't judge me on my orange peeling skills, dick.
This was another edition of whatever the f that was.
Unfortunately, this is our last video we're ever going to produce. Under 500. It's our 500th video! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! 500! Yeah!
Alright, let's
Alright, and it's Friday. Let's get out of here.
Seriously, it's like after 5. And I'm not cleaning this up. Is there 500? God, I'm so lonely.